Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, online brother Jaspas, and welcome back to the vlog. As the director of a playing card company on the forefront of new stocks and new finishes, every so often I need to reach out to different card companies around the world to get samples of their new stocks and finishes. Today we're going to be reviewing some playing cards that I got from a different company that I haven't worked with before and see if it's good enough to use with our new deck order playing cards. Wow. Alright, so the card company sent over a buttload of samples, and the samples come in the form of full decks of... Wait, this is an empty... What? An empty box of cards? That's useless. Alright, I guess they just wanted to show what their boxes look like. Another box. I mean, don't get me wrong, the box printing quality is really pretty, and the fact that they can do this kind of gold embossing looks really nice, but what the hell is... And then they decided to send like small stacks of like 13 cards. How am I supposed to use this? I mean, 300 GSM art paper glossy lamination. 3 cards? They sent 3. What am I supposed to do with this? How am I supposed to... Oh yeah, that's great. Cardistry. I can't... Oh my god. Alright, glossy art paper is useless for cardistry. 300 GSM blue core paper, glossy finish. 10 cards. Alright. Does it fan? Yeah, it sort of fans. I can't tell. I can't tell if these cards are bad at springing or good at springing, or... It's just impossible. I'm not sure what the card company doesn't understand. Why, like... How am I supposed to know whether or not I like a deck, the stock and finish of a deck of cards, if I can't like play around the cards? Like... I can't tell. I can't tell the snappiness, alright? It's not a very snappy deck of cards. And the deck fans acceptably, sort of okayly. But it's impossible to tell how a deck would feel in the hands in terms of like cuts, and in terms of like the spring, or in terms of like as a whole deck of playing cards. I can't tell. What am I supposed to do? The conclusion I came to is 300 GSM blue core paper, glossy varnish, maybe usable. Oh man, I'm so disappointed right now. The thing is that they sent me so many different stocks and finishes. All of this, each individual packet is like a different stock and finish combination, which would have been an absolute field day. I would have been having fun, like, oh, this is a okay deck of cards, this is a fantastic deck of cards, this is like trash, not for cardistry deck of playing cards. But the thing is that if they send me only portions of a deck, I'm not sure how much I can tell about a deck of playing cards. They send some tall cards. That's cool. 350 GSM cut paper matte varnish. I wonder what matte varnish feels like. Unusable. So because of the disappointment, I decided to go real fast through the review. Enjoy this machine gun sampling session. 350 GSM cut paper, anti-scratch matte, hot stamping, ooh, hot stamping, fancy, and matte edging. Giant cards. These don't feel too good for cardistry, but I guess as an individual card, it might feel sort of fancy. I'm not sure whose deck is this, but the backs are very different looking from the faces of the cards. Not a cardistry style paper. It's cool that the hot stamping that they used for this deck of playing cards doesn't like impact the other side of the cards. Our cards have a little bit of hot stamping all the way to the other side of the cards, which seems to be the norm, but in this case they actually figured out a way to hot stamp without the imprint going to the other side of the cards. That's pretty cool. 350 GSM art paper, soft touch matte, laminated, hot stamping matte edge. Even though I'm upset that the samples didn't come in like full stacks of cards, it's still pretty interesting to see like what the Tarot deck side of the world is doing. For a Cardistry deck of playing cards, that level of matte finish wouldn't work. The art and color on the cards look nice and vibrant. However, the blacks look a little bit closer to dark grey. Maybe that's the original art, maybe that's the printing problem. I'm not very sure. Still, the hot stamping on the edges of the cards looks pretty fancy. 350 GSM art paper matte UV varnish, glossy edging. Check out the foil here. The edges of the cards have been done with this fancy treatment that seems to be popular with cardistry cards within the last like 2-3 years, which makes the cards really hard to use. Like as a cardist, it's not really a particularly nice feeling, but in terms of card collectors, I can see why the card collectors like it. It feels less sticky between the individual cards, and on the printing of the cards, the colors are nice and bright. However, once again, this stock and finish not usable for cardistry playing cards. If I compare the silver foil on this, as well as the gold foil and the holographic foil right there, I think the holographic foil looks the most interesting, but the silver foil looks the most like, yeah, that's solid silver foil. I like that silver foil. 300 GSM blue core paper glossy varnish. Stiffness of the paper, it's alright, I guess. It's also a little bit hard to tell because the cards are square instead of the usual 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. But my takeaway from this sample, the glossy varnish doesn't work. 0.3 mm PVC glossy varnish. Wait, are these plastic cards? Is this plastic? Whoa, those are stiff. Yep, that's a plastic card. The thing about plastic cards is that I've never felt a plastic deck of playing cards that can do a good fan. Like this is as good as it gets, and even then I don't quite like how the cards feel. You get what I mean? I wonder if playing card collectors hate plastic cards as much as people like myself, like cardists, do. It just feels wrong to us. Oh, 0.3 mm PVC glossy varnish. I've heard rumors that there is a company out there that's trying to make like plastic cards that feel like paper, and in this case it is like textured, but I highly doubt it will. Ooh, that feels way better than normal plastic cards. Holy crap. This is plastic, right? Let's hear the sound, we should be able to tell. Yep. Oh, it fans way better than I expect. Oh, some of you may not have heard this before, but listen to this. This is what plastic cards sound like when you spring them. Paint your eyebrows with peanut butter or any condiment. Someone's creating an interesting card game out there. But once again, this is definitely not a cardistry style stock and finish. 300 GSM art paper glossy varnish linen finish. Ooh, these cards feel dense. This is 10 cards. Nope, very soft. I thought it was gonna be snappy, but it was soft. The printing quality seems to take well to the paper, but the paper itself feels a bit too soft. If you look at the edge of this card, you can see that after like 3 flicker shots, the card has already taken to that shape. That's not very good. The finish on these cards also feel a little bit on the rough side. 300 GSM art paper glossy varnish linen finish. Nah, that's not it, fam. Next up, we have 300 GSM black core paper hot stamping butter finish. Butter varnish. Ooh, butter varnish. Ooh, butter varnish feels nice. Ooh, fancy. Black core paper feels nice. Nice, black core paper feels good. Very slight bend on the edges, right here, after 3 attempts. Ooh, snap feels good. But so far, black core paper feels pretty good. It's so hard to tell with such a small portion of a deck. But as far as I can tell, based on the previous few decks, this feels good. corner cutting feels not bad, not bad. And the edge cutting feels not bad, pretty nice. Must be that butter varnish. Ad time. Today's vlog is sponsored by the new deck order. Do you want to get a new deck of playing cards in your hands to experiment and play with? Check out thenewdeckorder.com, where we have a fun array of different stocks and finishes, all of them hand curated by myself, Jaspas, for your handling pleasure. Both of these are 300 GSM, but this feels way snappier, and this feels like 300 GSM black core paper butter varnish. Fancy design. I like size. Black core paper. It feels so different from the other deck. Funny story, this is 300 GSM black core paper, and it feels way softer than the 300 GSM black core paper from here. That is interesting, but it's way softer. 300 GSM black core paper seems to be my favorite paper from this company. Here we go again. This is 300 GSM black core paper butter varnish, but with a glossy edging. As you can see, the glossy edging means that it's gilded edge cards. Left hand fan feels good. Right hand fan feels good. Butter varnish from this company feels pretty good. 300 GSM black core paper butter varnish once again. Oh, but this time we have cards that are printed all across the face and all across the backs, which makes a difference. It makes a pretty huge difference actually. They tend to become a little bit stickier compared to the non-printed all across the backs kind of cards. Okay, let's try again. Oh, alright, a little bit on the stickier side. Shouts to whoever designed this deck of playing cards. It looks pretty fascinating, fantastic stuff. I wonder if this company is not very good at maintaining like the consistency of the snappiness of their cards across different batches. Alright, so now we're down to the last 6 stocks and finish combinations. It seems like the company sent me very little blue core samples. I wonder why that is. Is black core just more popular? More people are printing in black core. The cards fan okay, but these are smooth finish cards, which means that over time they'll get more and more clumpy, more and more quickly. Surprisingly, these cards are alright. I have a dream to print a non-air cushion deck of playing cards, like a ivory finish deck of playing cards, but this isn't it. 300 GSM art paper glossy varnish. This feels a little bit like vodka playing cards, but less sharp feeling. And they feel a little bit... They're just a little bit too gummy for my liking. This is 300 GSM art paper glossy varnish. Oh, it's a Kakegurui! It's a Kakegurui deck of playing cards. Are these official cards? Hey, it's Jamami Yumeko! Yes guys, I am a anime weeaboo. That's not it, fam. I think it's confirmed. Art paper is not where it's at. 300 GSM black core paper glossy varnish. This feels okay. Snappiness? Ooh, that's nice. Ooh. Oh. I got a random Hail Satan card in here. Okay, cool. Black core paper glossy varnish hot stamping. Wow! Yo! Snappiness is okay, but what I'm freaking out about is check out this back design. What? Yo! Yo, the amount of foil! Oh my eyes! Oof! Ah damn! Wow! Black core paper cold foil butter varnish. Whoa! Wow, they even decided to do foil on the faces. Alright guys, so that was my quick look at a huge array of playing cards sent to me from a certain company for me to sample different stocks and finishes. Now, if you want to sample a whole bunch of different stocks and finishes of different playing cards, don't be like me, don't make the mistake of not specifying that you need full decks of playing cards to experiment with the stock and finish, because working with 10 cards from each different deck and each different stock and finish feels very... It doesn't feel like a very good sampling situation. You don't get a good taste for what a deck of cards truly is capable of. So when you're asking for samples, ask them for full decks of playing cards. Don't forget that. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye.